of Connecticut. I once lived in Connecticut. Robert Lambert began his career 29 years ago as a counselor at the Connecticut Counseling Center and currently serves the organization as president and executive director. The tasks accomplished over time within the opioid treatment program include creating innovative intensive outpatient programs, presenting at numerous venues to reduce stigma, and serving on numerous state and federal planning commissions. Mr. Lambert established the Connecticut Certified Alcohol and Drug Counselor Training Program. The curriculum includes 360 hours of training in treating substance abuse and co-occurring mental disorders, where 600 students have attended the program since 1995. He developed a peer mentoring program specific for OTPs called Bridge to Recovery. This program was recognized by the Connecticut Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services as an innovative model program. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration also honored Mr. Lambert with the 2012 Science and Service Award for this program, which has been featured in national publications.
Thank you very much. I have to tell you, it's a bit surreal to be up here. I can remember back in '87 when I attended my first conference. I believe back then it was called the Northeast Regional Methadone Conference. And in the 18-19 conferences I've attended since then, I've witnessed a number of very deserving professionals receive this award. And frankly, I never dreamed that I would be standing up here. So this is quite an honor. First, I want to thank Mark Carino and the awards committee for bestowing this award upon me. And I'd also like to thank my colleagues in Connecticut, Paul McLaughlin, who nominated me, Mark Krause, who supported my nomination, and all of my colleagues in Connecticut who have supported me the last 29 years. But most of all, I want to thank the patients that I've had the privilege and honor to serve and know over the last 25 years. You know, when I first started in this field back in '87, my plan was to work for a couple of years and then move on to something else. Move on to do some real treatment. Well, 29 years later, I'm still doing the same thing, different role, same field. And the reason I stay is the patients. I fell in love with the work. I fell in love with the patients. The patients really deserve a piece of this, for they have taught me everything I know about opioid dependency, as well as recovery. They motivated me, inspired me, and maintained my motivation over the last 29 years. And there's one patient in particular I really wish could be here tonight. Kurt Kemling, a former patient of mine, and a gentleman who inspired me to focus on creating peer support services, co-created our Bridge to Recovery peer mentoring program and opened the door for a lot of patients to start a career in addiction counseling. And I really wish he could be here because he is a big reason why that program was successful. And I consider that program one of the highlights of my career. I'd also like to thank my staff at Connecticut Counseling Centers. I'm very lucky to have one of the best staffs around. and I'm lucky to work in a great treatment setting and a great treatment system. Connecticut's a small state, but I have to tell you, we've got some of the best counselors and some of the best professionals, both on a provider level and a state level. But there's a reason why I've been at Connecticut Counseling Centers for 29 years and have not gone on to work at other agencies, and that's the people at Connecticut Counseling Centers. As I said, I work with a great bunch of folks, and there's a couple of people I want to recognize tonight. Richard Rico Belangi got me started in this field almost 30 years ago. He mentored me from counselor to executive director. And unfortunately, he can't be here tonight either, but I owe a lot of my success to him. I also want to thank a couple people who have worked with me during almost my entire career. Arturo Gutierrez, Victoria Bombardi Wilson. Their unwavering support is a big reason why I'm up here. And finally, I'd like to thank my leadership team, for they do all the heavy lifting and make me look good. And finally, and lastly, I promise that I'm done. I have to thank my wife, Michelle, and my daughter, Seraphine, for they inspire and maintain me. Thank you.